What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Stardust here. This is probably one of the biggest videos that I've ever done on my YouTube channel, and it is around this leak right here. So 7 hours ago on Reddit, there was a leak by someone saying that basically they've got all the details for the next year of the game, right? They've got stuff talking about She-Hulk, they've got stuff talking about Captain Marvel, they've got stuff talking about the champion system and Bucky and so on, right? So I thought, rather than read all of this, because I'll put it down in the description below, let me go to a source of mine who genuinely knows what they're talking about, right? Now, obviously, I can't reveal the source. I know, right? It's up to you whether or not you trust me enough to be able to find a source who knows their shit, right? But this is very important, and this will hopefully give you some insight. So what I'm going to do is, rather than read it all, I'm going to tell you the quote that was responded to, and then, you know what I mean, then the answer. So, Spider-Man development has been pretty much finished already, said the rumor. My source said, I would hope so, he was supposed to be out months ago. Now, obviously, we all know that anyway, right? Okay, so that's not a big thing, but I would imagine that, I'd imagine that he would have been done pretty much anyway, right? That part of the rumor slash big leak thing isn't exactly a big deal. New hero She-Hulk. My source replied, yep, been in dev for a while, likely pivoting due to her due to the upcoming Disney Plus series. Now, She-Hulk has been kind of like a little bit, oh, is she next or is it Bucky? That does seem to be the case. She-Hulk definitely does seem to be the next hero coming, again, likely due to the Disney Plus release. Captain Marvel is the third expansion in 2022, says the rumor. Now, this one is quite upsetting, so hopefully plans have changed, but if not, the response was, uh-oh, last I heard, Captain Marvel was the last hero planned. So, 2022, if no plans have changed, will be the last year for the game, essentially, right? Unless they just decide to do no more hero releases and go balls to the wall with everything else that they've got, right? Which is very possible. It's not, it's not unlikely. It's not unlikely that to be the case, but, yeah. There we go. So, for anyone who's, expecting the game to die tomorrow, no, but it's not, you know what I mean? It's not got, like, years and years and years and years ahead of it, right? Unless we get told differently. Then I asked what Leviathan meant. And orbit occupation, because the rumor here said, if you want to verify it, ask someone who sort of knows what they're talking about, Leviathan or orbit occupation. So I was like, I'm going to do that. And then my source said, Leviathan means nothing to me. Very likely what's used for Winter Soldier content, brackets, that'd be my guess. Wakanda was in dev before the game came out without sources, so very likely those folks hopped onto Winter Soldier after Wakanda wrapped. My guess is She-Hulk content is done in-house or by one outsourcer arm while Winter Soldier is done by another. So, judging by that, the guess is that a lot of outsourcers have come in to kind of help Crystal Dynamics with She-Hulk and Winter Soldier, especially if this leak is to be true and that Winter Soldier is quite a big, content drop. Orbit occupation is probably Captain Marvel stuff, since no other heroes deal with space/orbit very much. Now, then my source goes on to mention this. So there is no more, replies to any of this. However, I did start asking some questions. So my source said, what I didn't see was War Machine, Vision, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, which tells me they dropped risky heroes or heroes that won't get an instant boon/win. Now, that's quite an interesting one to me, because you would imagine that a lot of people would be very excited for a Doctor Strange/Scarlet Witch, but I do understand what my source is saying by that. If you release those characters that take a lot of work and it is not a genuine victory because they're able to release them at a time where a movie is coming out or something, right, then it's a good chance that might not be worth it in the end. Then I asked, is this leak even is this a thing? Is this a thing that could happen? And my source said, yeah, very likely an internal employee posting stuff from a dev build. I'm not 100% sure that this is real, but it all could be very possible, right? All could be very possible. So, that's interesting. The source mentioned, surprised it didn't mention new UI, so that's a good indicator that we'll be getting more UI reworks as as we get closer to apparently the last hero. And then my source said, ending next year if this is all true. The plan was 3 to 5 years, and based on how things did, 3 looks likely. Legally, they have to do at least 2+ years because of the years to come, plural with years, right? So that's interesting. I didn't actually expect that to be a like obligation. When you say years to come, you kind of have to stand by that for legal reasons, but I guess that does make sense, so that is quite interesting. Spider-Man was a contractual obligation for PlayStation, so he'll come out one way or the other, and then it ended off. We had more of a chat after this, but it went into things that aren't Avengers related, so they're not important to this video, right? My gut says half the studio is on to the next game. So for anyone who's a bit worried that there might be a skeleton crew and stuff like that, if this is all true, you might be onto that. You might be on a summit, right? You might be on a summit. So it seems to me that, like, you know, all of this leak, very much possible, but judging by extra bits of information I've gotten, may not be the most, you know, happiest thing in the world. It does seem like they want to go balls to the wall with the game and chuck as much at it before the game ends up completely just, you know, just essentially being over, right? Like, they've got so many ideas here. If you look at this, like the combat system with the perfection system and stuff like that, it all sounds great, all sounds absolutely amazing, but at the same time, you know, judging by what my source said, it seems that, you know, they may be struggling to even get Winter Soldier and She-Hulk kind of done, let alone all these different pieces and stuff. And obviously they mentioned, I think there's a gear re-rolling thing here somewhere. Let me just try and, I do believe there was a gear re-rolling system here. Yeah, so there was a Hydra base situation. Hold on. There it is. Okay, cool. And yeah, so basically, that wouldn't make sense because obviously a lot of us spoke to a gear dev last night on the Discord, and it was like a re-roll system wouldn't make any sense. So either that is true and he's been bamboozled, right? Or, you know, it was one of them where it's like, we fix it, then we can add something like that. So it's very sort of clear that it's like, if this is true, there's a plan over here, but the devs are here and they don't know how to get there, right? And that's quite fucking scary. So, you know, that's kind of all I can really say about this today. But let me know what you all think about, you know, this leak in general, what my source said and stuff like that. But yeah, man, like, if this is, you know, if Captain Marvel's it, and she's apparently meant to be 2022, yeah, fuck. Let's hope you have a good final year, Marvel's Avengers. Wow. I'll see you guys in a bit.